NASCAR's best are at the ready. Let's have a look at the starting lineup. That is James Davison in the 15 on the pole, besting Anthony Alfredo by 0.4 of a second. Tyler Reddick in third. Michael McDowell, veteran road racer, fourth. William Byron, fifth, and Kyle Larson.
Yeah, I mean, look at the second page here with Josh Bilicki, Timmy Hill. A little bit surprised, Timmy Hill and William Byron. We see these guys normally up the front on that front row. How about Kyle Busch in row 5 and Denny Hamlin in row 6?
Chris Buescher, Christopher Bell, who we spoke to during the Race Hub show, saying he can't wait to get to the real Austin. Couldn't help Ryan Blaney there.
See Cole Custer, Kevin Harvick's been putting in a lot of laps this week on iRacing to get ready for this event. Joey Logano here in the studio, back in row 11. Hey, you did better than the guy that's on the bottom of this list.
All right, new names.
Our very own Pit Boyer.
We don't even have a headshot yet for IMSA LMP2 champ Kyle Tilley. Jesse Iwuji once again dominated the fan vote,
Hey,
so he's
Clint,
in.
you out-qualified somebody so far. Ross Chastain.
That's right. I don't think he's the only one, buddy.
Oh, look at this. There's a whole nother page
Look at all the
behind you.
Wait,
Look at all the lap times.
Wait. Clint, you out-qualified all those guys whose times were disallowed. Let's check with our crew chief, Larry
Stick with that plan.
Well, you know, Mike, in my years of doing a crew chief and being a part of NASCAR, we went to a lot of new tracks. I've got to say the excitement about going to COTA, even in iRacing, has been huge over the last few days. But I feel like I'm in handcuffs because I can't work on the car. It's a fixed setup. It's a caution-free race, no cautions whatsoever. And the biggest thing I feel like that I'm a detriment, Boyer is one of my drivers, so I know I've got my hands full tonight, but it's going to be fun. So let's take a look at our track description. You heard Jeff talk about it. A little under a 3.5-mile road course, 20 turns, 11 to the left, 9 to the right. The width is anywhere from 42 to 52 feet. From turn 20, the final turn to turn 1, the elevation change up the front stretch 133 feet, and this track opened in 2012. Now the race analysis, 32 laps, 109 miles. There it is again, no full course cautions, local only, pit road speed 40 miles per hour. The fuel window, very important, 18 to 22 laps, 2 resets per driver, and as I said, Mike, a fixed setup. The only thing the driver can do is adjust the front and rear brake bias.
Thanks, Larry. We are ready to go in Lone Star State. Boy, this is going to be fun. Well, let's get our drivers' thoughts before we get going here. Joey, nice job in qualifying.
I made it. I'm mid-pack. I'm going to be right in the middle of the soup, right into turn 1. It's just going to be perfect. I'm sure there'll be a couple crashes in front of me, but I'm on the inside. I'm going to try to stay on the bottom and avoid the crashes. Hopefully it all goes to the right. No cautions here, so you got to be smart. You got to be smart.
I'm just trying to say to the bottom. It'd be nice to know which the bottom is. Is it on the left or the right?
It'll be the left-hand side.
Just follow everybody else. But Clint, there can't be any problems. There's more left-hand turns than right-hand turns. You're going to be fine.
Here's the coolest thing about this. This track presents so well. Honestly, even this iRacing, I'm telling you, I cannot wait for Sunday to be able to call this race for these guys, because you think, trust me, if they get through tonight, they're going to be just fine on set. Look, this guy just wrecked the field coming to the. Who is that? 87 just wrecked before we took the green.
Yeah, that was Jesse Iwuji.
You stay back here, boy. You stay back there.
Green, green, green.
Oh, they're already dive bombing in the first turn.
No! Davison with a protective line on the inside at turn 1.
I'm 20 wide.
Yes, you are.
How in the world did they all make it through there so far?
Well, the track's very wide at that point, Jeff.
What's cool is there's such elevation there. Now you're coming through the S's, and these.
I just got wrecked.
These shocking. and these S's, Mike, they're totally different. Most S's are either the same as you come through them, or they kind of open up and get faster. These actually close down and get tighter as you get to the end of these S's.
Now you're coming down a straightaway, and when you get to the hairpin turn, coming down this hill, it leads onto the longest straightaway on the course. Under braking here is a great passing opportunity.
Yeah, there's heavy braking. hairpin left turn, and then all the way down to first gear, all the way to fourth gear. Really high-speed section, the fastest part of this racetrack, and then into another heavy braking hairpin left-hand turn.
You know, Mike and Jeff, looking at James Davison leading this race, this is his 4th start in this iRacing series this year. And what a diverse set of tracks. The Bristol Dirt Race, Talladega, Darlington, and now COTA. He's finished in the top 10 in all 3 of those first races.
Well, he looks very comfortable here, Larry. You know, he's got road racing experience, and he looks extremely good and comfortable and pulling away right now from our second place runner, Anthony Alfredo.
And look at how much track he's using. I mean, he is kind of like turn 4A at Sears Point, going past the rumble strips and out to find more pavement.
Yeah, and I think you can get away with that on some of the exits on this track. And certainly on iRacing, but if you shortcut some of these corners to the inside, you're actually going to get penalized, and they're going to make you give back some of that time.
William Byron draws a bead on the 8.
Yeah, Tyler Reddick,
for third.
Nice qualifying run by Tyler Reddick. And William Byron has gotten position. Can he outbreak the 8? Tyler Reddick here into turn 1.
Tyler's one of about 5 drivers that's going to be doing double duty at COTA this weekend, Xfinity and the Cup Series.
Oh, an issue for Alfredo here, where he lost a lot of speed off of turn 1. Yeah, Larry, you know, you bring up getting laps. I mean, and Mike, you talked about it, how many drivers have been on iRacing. I guarantee you, in their manufacturers' simulators, they've been getting laps. On iRacing, they've been getting laps. And everything that they can possibly do to get onto this racetrack, either in the Truck or Xfinity Series, before that Cup race, these Cup drivers are going to do everything they can to try to get the best results for their team when it comes to Sunday.
So here you go downhill, down to this hairpin turn that leads on to, I guess you'd call it the middle straight. It's not really a back straight. And Michael McDowell, who had quite a road racing resume when he came to NASCAR, he's just jumped up a spot.
Yeah, that was a great move. You saw where William Byron got really loose trying to pass Anthony Alfredo, lost some time, and Reddick kind of got held up a little bit there, and then here comes Michael McDowell. And again, no surprise, another guy who's pretty good in iRacing, but very good on road courses, and that's Michael McDowell. And that matters. It really does. I mean, you know, even though we've seen a lot of the guys that are strong on ovals and really have a stock car background really adapt to road courses in the NASCAR circuit, but this is different. This is so much more technical than any other course that these guys run on. Oh, Brad Keselowski getting loose. So when I ran this course earlier, look at that thing hit the wall and spin around. That particular corner, Mike, it's pretty quick, and it opens up so you feel like you can carry a lot of speed, but it also has a dip right in the middle, and it loads the front, unloads the rear. Real easy to get sideways or go around like Brad did right there.
How about Josh Bilicki working his way up into the top 5 behind Davison, Alfredo, Byron, and McDowell?
You know, guys, going back to Brad Keselowski, we talked about it at the top of the show. Every driver has 2 resets, 2 fast repairs, and that's if you have a wreck like Brad Keselowski did, hitting the guardrail, you hit a reset button, and it'll give you a brand new fresh car to go at it again.
Where was Eric Almirola's fast repair last week? Boy, I'll bet he wish he had one.
Oh, my goodness. He's been looking for a fast repair just about every weekend. So what a horrific season he's off to, and I just can't wait. And I hope it happens this weekend at COTA, where they can get their season turned around and start putting some great finishes together. So hard to climb back from that, Mike. You know, when you get behind and you crash that many cars, and so many of them not to his doing. This past weekend right at Dover, he just had a part failure, and boom, here's another race car destroyed. And that really gets the team behind. They're working extra hours in the shop, as well as running out of parts to get race cars to the track.
And that was a hard hit.
Yes, it was.
Hey, guys, here's some breaking news. Clint Boyer is not running last right now.
All right, Clint.
I think he got by Ryan Newman.
Yep.
Hey, crew chief, how am I doing? What's my next move here? I'm passing cars here. I'm still one
just
piece.
focus. I'm monitoring the lap times, and I'll make a decision on the strategy. One stop or two. I'm going to keep watching lap times.
I'm doing whatever you say.
Joey's up to 16th.
Hey, Larry Mack, you seen much fall off yet? Because we keep hearing about this weekend we're going to see a lot of tire wear, a lot of give up on these tires. Are we seeing that here tonight also?
Well, we haven't yet, because we've really only run completed two laps. Of course, the first lap was getting up to speed, take the green flag. But I'm anxious to see, talking to the iRacing folks earlier this week, they felt like that in a 10-lap run, from what they had learned doing the test here, that it would be about 2.5 to 3 seconds over 10 laps. Remember, 20 turns, not like the 7 at Watkins Glen or the 10 or 11 at Sonoma. 20 turns at this track.
So that means a visual aid might be of help, except there's a lot of turns.
Oh, I got a visual aid, all right here on the dash. What corner's next?
Well, I think you might be looking at that map a little bit more than you're looking through the windshield right now, man.
Looks like Cash went crazy with a crayon.
That's what this track looks like.
Yep. Daniel Suarez to the outside of Matty D.
I hear Daniel Suarez is really excited about this weekend. Going to Texas, going to a road course. I think that he's going to shine this weekend and maybe surprise a lot of folks in the performance he puts up there.
Trying to beat on Bubba Wallace there for 21st. Christopher Bell just ahead in 20th. And Garrett Smithley up there in 19th.
This is that section, different view, but this is that section where Brad Keselowski spun and got into the wall.
Yeah, the car gets really light there, and it's if you're on full throttle coming over that crest, bye-bye.
Yeah, Mike, you're the expert here today.
Something's happened, Jeff. Mike just told us how to drive this track.
Well, because he's run more laps than any of us have.
That means we're going to have to go to a history lesson for this week. If he's going to do our job. We got a long road ahead of us, buddy.
Oh, no, please.
Just remember the Alamo. I'll fill you in later. All right, Smithley didn't get off that corner very well. He's chasing Quinn Houff, and Christopher Bell has a look, but it's hard in these sections finding places to pass, but Christopher Bell may have done just that. Action aplenty at Circuit of the Americas in the eNASCAR iRacing Pro Invitational. Wow! You still have time tonight to enter the Fox Bet Super 6 NASCAR contest and your chance to win your share of $1,000 of Clint's money. Download the app for free. Pick 6 race outcomes for your shot to win. Free to play. Don't miss out. Play now while Clint is still in the race. There is still time. James Davison's our leader. There you're watching Garrett Smithley. He and Cole Custer having quite a battle here. And that is...
Oh, see Truex loses it.
Yep.
Off of that corner, goes around, but keeps it out of the fence at least.
Will knock him out of 23rd. Kyle Larson back with that group after getting into the wall in turn 1, on lap 1, that is. But it's Davison leading Alfredo by 3.5. William Byron 6 back. Micah McDowell 8 back. There's Cole Custer hard at work in 25th. Josh Bilicki 5th, Tyler Reddick, Timmy Hill up to 6th, Chris Buescher into the top 10 with Chase Briscoe and Kyle Busch.
Oh, I don't know who that was that just got into the back of Cole Custer, but they definitely went in the corner way too deep. That was Corey LaJoie, I believe. So one thing I noticed about the braking zones, Mike, is you have to do all your braking while the car's at speed, and you can get on the brakes really hard in the initial braking zone, but as that car slows down, you better start tapering off the brakes and modulating it, because you can lock up a tire super easy.
And Jeff, this is a difficult track to trail brake or to brake as you're entering the corner. the safest thing to do, try to do all the braking you can in a straight line.
Well,
There's not a lot of grip.
Yeah, and I mean, just the few laps that I ran, there's a lot of those sections where you basically you're looking straight as it looks like you're going to go off the racetrack. You're braking, downshifting, and then you make this sharp left because it's such a tight corner.
Tavo Helmond was the entrepreneur that helped create Circuit of the Americas. It was his idea, it was his vision, and he took some of the great corners of Formula One around the world, sketched them on a cocktail napkin. And very much of that is in this course.
You didn't know that, Jeff?
It is tremendously, just tremendously difficult track to learn, and certainly even more so to master.
And Mike, I remember when the thought or the first rumors about a track of this magnitude and this level of a track that was going to try to attract Formula One and the top forms of motorsports from all over the world, and maybe one day have a NASCAR race. And it was like, oh, is it really going to happen? Is it really going to happen? And then when they unveiled it, wow, is this a spectacular facility, and one that NASCAR is really proud to be to be going to this weekend. It's finally here, that moment.
Jeff, it's definitely one of those racetracks that has every different type of corner you could ever ask for.
I know, Joey.
You're going fast, you're going slow, you're heavy braking, you're flowing through corners. You name it. Big curves, little curves, I don't know. We got it all.
Joey, I'd say you have everything but a banked corner here.
Yeah, you're right. It's very flat.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, Joey, you know how you always make a game plan, but you always put it in pencil?
Yeah.
I just don't know if doing 2 stops is the way to go. The give up is just not there that we thought we were going to see. I mean, it's really less than 2 seconds give up, and we're at lap 8 right now.
Okay, so you're leaving me out is what I'm
Well,
hearing.
I still got 2 or 3 laps to make that decision.
Okay.
You know what's good to see, guys, is you see Justin Haley back behind the wheel of a car. Of course, last week at Dover, due to COVID-19 protocol, he could not race the Xfinity Series race. He was cleared medically this morning. He's iRacing tonight, and he'll be racing this weekend down at COTA.
Well, and to be clear, Larry, he did not have COVID.
Just the protocol, yes.
But he was exposed to someone who did.
Yes.
So they kept him out of the seat last week, and he's cleared for this weekend. That's great news.
Well, he's gone to COTA tonight in iRacing, and he's looking at this track as if he is in an F1 car, because you see that steering wheel he's got in his rig. Certainly not something that you're used to seeing in a NASCAR Cup car.
Joey, I'm not sure which corner it is. Is that one corner just truly blind until you crest the hill?
There are a lot of them that are like that. At least for me. Which one are you talking about?
Well, I don't have my bearing, but it just looks like to me they come out of the horizon when they crest the hill.
No, Larry, that's true, and the course is set up that way on purpose. There are several corners that it's a blind rise until you get there.
I tell you what, the challenge here is that some of these corners, like what corner just come out of 11? And there's another one that's like this too. The apex of the corner, turn 1's like this. Well, I'm out of control when I'm talking here. I slow down when I talk. Anyways, you can't see the apex of the corner because it's I'm gonna lose a spot. Stop talking.
This is awesome.
Anyways, you can't see the corner. Oh, I need to shut up. I'll talk to you later, guys. Catch me later.
You had me on the edge of my seat, Joe. I couldn't wait to hear what you were going to say.
Right. There's something about not being able to see the apex of the corner here. Oh, there goes. I just passed him. Oh.
Well, and, Joey brings up a good point, Mike. I've seen some guys with their rigs, and one that stands out is William Byron, where he actually has 3 screens. So he has the one in front of him, but then he has these 2 on the side, and it actually gives him that perspective as if you're actually in the car, and you can see out of the side windows and that peripheral vision, which not only helps you with competitor racing side by side, but also I would think would help you on a track like this, where that apex is so blind because it's so far to one side, left or right.
I think you're right. Having that added perspective and that added peripheral vision, and there's a look at it.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, it looks just like you're sitting in that race car at the window net on the left side for William Byron. How about James Davison, the job that he's doing out to over a 5-second lead of 8 seconds on William Byron. That's just unheard of on iRacing.
How about what William Byron can accomplish this Sunday if he can get a top 10 finish? 12 consecutive top 10s, and that would be in every facet of track that we race on. Dirt, super speedways, road courses, everything.
Absolutely incredible the season that he and Rudy Fugle and Hendrick Motorsports are off to, and doing it at a very young age, younger than anybody's ever done that. That's incredible.
Man,
Yep.
Austin Dillon just spun me out, guys.
Yeah,
What
he
the
was
heck?
right up your tailpipe. I was going to spot for you there, but that wouldn't be fair. So
I had a ton of room. Everything was fine. I started talking to you guys. I shouldn't have done that. Now I'm
I
back
can't wait
here
to
in the
rehear that on
soup.
Now,
Sunday.
are you sure you didn't make that car extra wide, Joey? We may
I
or may not
promise
have
you,
seen that in the
this
past.
time I did not do that. I will admit to it when I did. This time was not me. He dumped me.
well, let's see if Joey had a little help here, or a lot of help.
What do you say? What do you say?
Well, you went in a little shallow.
Oh, I just got tagged again. You got to be kidding me.
Here's what I think. You went in a little shallow, and then he took you out.
Yeah, left that door open just a crack. Boom. Welcome back to virtual Austin, Texas, and the Circuit of the Americas. Pro Invitational Racing, James Davison from the pole, out in front of Anthony Alfredo by 7.5 seconds. Little Willie Nelson to get you in the mood. William Byron in third. Michael McDowell, Josh Bilicki are your top 5.
And Mike, that's one of the other things that makes this course one that's so sought after, that we're all so looking forward to going to. It's not just a great track, it's a great town. Austin, Texas is such a cool place. Great music, food. It kind of has everything to offer, just like this racetrack does.
Very cool. And there should be a lot of fun this weekend. Let's have a look at the Bubba Wallace driver profile, brought to you by Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar. Bubba's iRacing finishes.
Got a couple top 10s there, Miami, Richmond. Currently running 16th.
And got his first Cup top 15 of the season Sunday at Dover.
Yeah, boy, wasn't it cool to see some great performances out of some teams like Bubba. We saw Chris Buescher, DiBenedetto was up there at one time. There's just some neat stories. Both Austin Dillon and Tyler Reddick. There's Bubba on board. Oh, he's going all Timmy Hill on us tonight.
He's in 16th right now.
Timmy, very well known for just having a steering wheel that clamps to that desk, like you saw right there with Bubba Wallace.
And guys, we elected to bring Joey to pit road at lap 11, and Ryan Blaney in the 12 was there as well. Now, if these leaders don't come this time, it looks like they're going to be thinking about doing it on one stop. So what did you think about that, Joey? You got those fresh Mr. Feelgoods now.
Well, here's the deal. I spun out 2 times there in the last couple laps. I just wanted some tires. The car's a lot easier to drive now. So I'll take that. I'm okay with the strategy. I got clean track in front of me. It's all about making lap time right now.
Hey, Joey, where do you pit at?
Right before the last corner, man.
Oh, look at this big slide by Ricky Stenhouse Jr. You saw he clipped one of those turtles on the apex and put the car up on 2 wheels, tried to recover, and around it went.
Most of this track has a big, wide runoff area. Yes, there are some places where the guardrail gets kind of close to the track, but for the most part, there's plenty of runoff if needed. As we watch Anthony Alfredo, who's run just about all of this race in second place from the outside pole.
Mike, after the laps that I made tonight on Clint's rig, there's not enough runoff in the state of Texas for me.
And that's a big state. That may have been Corey LaJoy making a pit stop. There's Ryan Newman hard at work trying to catch Clint Boyer.
No way he's behind me.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he is.
He is. Would you rather have him in front of you or behind you?
Well, I can tell you, yeah, no kidding. But I am telling you, he is terrible if he's behind me.
Well, he just went off course, and I think you actually are pulling away from him now. He's just running over on the apron right now.
He may be headed for pit road. No, he's just looking for some clean track.
So,
Chris
is
Buescher?
Clint on the one-stop strategy or the two-stopper?
We're not sure yet.
Clint's probably on the 7-stopper.
Well, I'm looking for a Busch, but it ain't a Busch, brother. It's a Busch Light.
Chris Buescher chasing Timmy Hill.
Another guy had a great run in Dover and putting a pretty decent one together here.
Who's 15?
That's the leader, James Davison.
Hey, he's really fast.
And that's our expert behind the wheel analyst, Clint Boyer. Yes, he is.
That means he's yeah, what'd you say, 2 minutes and 26 seconds on my last stop behind me? Yeah.
That's right.
Or ahead of me.
Well, he's 8 seconds up on Anthony Alfredo. He is absolutely cleaning their clock in this race so far.
Kyle Larson's about to catch Austin Dillon, who is about to drive through Bubba Wallace.
Yeah, Kyle Larson actually qualified really well up front. What, I think he was 6th, I believe so, 5th or 6th, but got caught up in something in that first turn, which is easy to do at this racetrack, and wouldn't be surprised we see some of that actually on Sunday, Mike.
I'm sure we will. That entry to that turn is so wide, and even the exit has a lot of track and then a lot of runoff, and it's kind of a sucker hole. It's kind of like, if okay, I can make that pass, and well, if you can, all you're going to do is slow both of you down, leaving there for the S's.
Well, and the other thing that it has is, such an uphill run to that first turn. So anytime that you're braking and the track goes uphill, you can go extremely deep into the braking zone, and the car slows down so much faster. So it's extremely inviting to carry a lot of speed in there, but at the same time, good chance somebody's going to shoot to your inside if you stay too wide.
That's right, because that's all good, Jeff, until you start to turn in and the track flattens out.
Yes.
It's no longer uphill.
Oh, yeah, that's why you see turn 1, they all go in there, look really under control uphill, and then they turn and they all go off the course.
Well, that's why I say try to do all your braking in a straight line, because it's not just the elevation change, it's the angle of attack and what's underneath you. Oh, Larson. Oh, he's got a shot.
He's working hard on Austin Dillon, putting a lot of heat on him. He's run him down from quite a ways back, so good bit faster. And I'm looking forward to this. This might show us, where are some good passing opportunities. How are you going to make passes this coming up weekend? You can see he was able to get to the outside of Austin Dillon. Now he does the crossover. A great move right there.
I think that's 19 and coming to 20.
And Austin decided that's time to hit pit road.
Yeah, I would say over the next 2 to 3 laps, all of the leaders will be coming to pit road again. This is a caution-free race, local cautions only, so everybody has to make at least 1 green flag pit stops. We have a few drivers like Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney, Kyle Busch. Looks like they're on the 2-stop strategy.
So where we say local cautions only, that means if there's a crash in a corner, there will be yellow flags waving, and there's no passing allowed until you are clear of the incident. At least that's the way the rule is written. We'll see how it's all applied.
Look how stable that car is. Talking about our leader, James Davison. He looks like he's also at an IndyCar or Formula One race. Look at that seat and steering wheel that he has. He's laid down like he must have some wings or something on that car as fast as he's running.
Just all the different tracks that he runs so well at. It's amazing.
Well, I just can't get over how smooth he is. I mean, this car just looks like it's glued to the racetrack. You don't see it bobbling. Of course, he's got a nice big lead so he can be smooth, but he's doing that and making great lap time.
Using all that bonus pavement there at 19.
Just perfectly hitting those apexes to be able to unwind the steering wheel, get a good launch off the corner. Didn't see a lot of wheel spin. This track's very easy to get wheel spin on the exits. A lot of first gear turns here also, Mike, and that was one of the things I noticed is on those first gear turns, trying to accelerate up off the corner, it's so easy to break the back end loose and spin right around. And,
I'm wondering, Jeff, as the race goes on, if some of those are going to become second gear turns, that would you rather lug the car out of the corner, or would you rather stop the throttle and risk spinning it out in some of those cases?
That's a great point. You know, depending on the splits in the gears and how tall some of those gears are, because there are some very long straightaways also. But I know at Sonoma, when I raced at Sonoma, I would qualify first gear in what was turn 2, just the top of the hill, that right hander. But in the race, second gear as soon as the tires started to go away.
Chase Briscoe to pit road, and Christopher Bell around.
Trying to get to pit road, it looks like.
You know, Jeff, I was sharing with you the other day after I talked to Martin Truex Jr. He did the Goodyear tire test here as we prepare for this weekend. He said it's almost like you throw a little bit of Sonoma in a bowl and then mix some Watkins Glen in it. And I know Clint said the same thing after some laps today, with the lack of forward bite and grip kind of mimicking Sonoma, but those long straightaways, heavy braking, kind of resembling Watkins Glen.
Yeah, you see Christopher Bell, he just tried to get to pit road really deep into the braking zone and just carried too much speed, locked up that inside left front tire. Heard Andy Lally did an interview this week and talked about locking up tires at this track and how easy it is. Once you break in that straight line, but at some point you got to turn into the corner. He said that if you don't get the braking done early enough, you're going to see a lot of guys not just locking up tires, but flat spotting tires. And if you flat spot a tire early, like turn 1, let's say at this racetrack, you're talking almost 3.5 miles of racetrack that now you've got to get to pit road on, and that could be devastating to somebody's race if that happens.
Andy Lally, world-class road racer, NASCAR Cup Rookie of the Year in, I think, 2011, thereabouts. He is going to be on the call for the truck race.
Great choice, and Andy, I mean, he's he's so much racing, road racing experience, as we see James Davison on pit road to make his pit stop. I think that's great, because there's a guy that has a lot of experience at that racetrack in sports cars, but also has NASCAR experience. We're
going to be watching that one, and I think we'll learn a bunch. So he's going to call the truck race and then race in the Xfinity race.
You want to tell you the importance of iRacing? I just followed William Byron and picked up 3.5 seconds on my lap time. Wow. That's why these guys are on iRacing.
All right, there are our experts, Joey Logano and Clint Boyer, hard at work on Circuit of the Americas. The NASCAR Foundation, 15 years of giving, $40 million, helping more than 1.4 million children. To get involved and learn more, visit NASCARFoundation.org. So here's what just happened. Clint Boyer wondering about strategy and how many laps to go as we are just past halfway, and I told him, if you pit now, you'll have new tires and you'll be all set. Well, where's the pit entry? Jeff says, right here, turn now. And that's the leader.
And unfortunately for James Davison, he made that late braking move right there, not knowing that I mean, honestly, Clint, I think even if you just turned in the corner without trying to get to pit road, I think James was going to make pretty heavy contact.
There, spotter. Turn right here, right now.
But I will take some of the blame, because I did tell you, there's pit road, turn left.
Super sorry, James.
All I know, I've been doing this 40 years, and that's the first time I've had to spend 2 laps trying to tell the driver where the entrance to pit road is.
So leaders Anthony Alfredo and Josh Bilicki have pitted from first and third. Jeff, we're in trouble.
No kidding.
We just took out the Skip Barber Racing School car for James Davison, who had led every lap from the pole. Oh, well.
Mike, based on the lap time, I don't think it has affected that race car.
I was going to say, yeah.
He's running faster now than he was at the beginning.
I don't really see any damage. It just knocked him to the inside of the track. I'm not sure how he lost that much time.
Here comes Bilicki and Alfredo out of the pits.
Yeah, I really don't know what the benefit of running past lap 16 would have been, because of no cautions, you know, take full advantage of that second set of tires.
Well, that's why we brought Clint in, right?
Well, once we finally found pit road.
Hey, Clint, the good news is Davidson's still leading.
Can't wait for the interview. All right, Alfredo second, Byron third, Reddick, Busher, and Timmy Hill just swapped fifth place.
He was stinking up our show anyway.
Yeah, no kidding.
How many times did I wanted to do that on Sunday? That last Sunday when Larson was stinking up the show, I want to spot the field a couple tenths a lap here.
I was going to say, you could have cost Davison about 10 more seconds, and I'd have been okay with it.
Hey, that's true.
Hey, Larry.
Hey, Josh Palicki.
Hey, Joey.
Yep.
What point do I come back in again?
Yeah, how are those tires, Joe?
I'm going to run you about 2 more laps, about 2 more.
2 more, okay.
Yep, that way we'll have about 11 to go. That'll be splitting it in thirds.
I feel like the fall off isn't as much as we thought it would be. I don't know. What do you think?
So
it's going to work out for me? Or
hey, Larry Mack, you know what I'm hearing right there in your driver? He's second guessing that strategy.
If he wants to second guess my strategy, I'm going to second guess him spinning out twice in the first.
Well, there's that.
It wasn't my fault. I got tagged, all right?
All right, viewer mail, this just in. Barry from New Jersey wonders if Joey would take us for a lap and us ride along. You can describe the course to us.
I could do that. Where are we at? We're down the back straightaway. I call it the back straightaway. It's down into turn 12 here. Heavy braking. All you got on the braking. Down the first gear, 180 something miles an hour down to 40 something. And then you go into the really tight section here. This is all first gear. You roll through here. You got a double right-hander here. One right, here comes your second right. And this is, you're not getting wide open through here. This is kind of funky through here. You got a super sharp left-hander. Try to late apex it, and you try to get the gas down into, I call it the carousel. I don't know what numbers they are. There's a lot of them. And this is a long sweeper. This one, you're sweeping forever through here, trying to keep the car pointed in the right direction. All about the setup into 19 here. Try to roll as much momentum through this one. And then here is turn 20, the final corner on the racetrack, back down the first gear. And you are launching yourself down the front straightaway here.
Nice job, Joey.
Now this is the big braking zone here in front of us, guys. This is where you feel like you can drive in super hard. Jeff was talking about it, up the hill, heavy braking, but this is where it gets tricky, the top of the hill. All the banking, or whatever you want to call it, the hill that was helping you slow down gets flat. And then you got another load up section right here in turn 2 into the S's, where you consistently slow down all the way through here, through this section for sure. Long sweeper right in the middle of the S's. And this is a part, if you screw up this corner right here, you are screwed up for the next half a mile. And so it's all about keeping the right angle for the next one, because it all leads up to this corner right here, and it's about the launch right here. You got to keep it pointed, launch out of here. And we're almost back to where I started here.
Here's that
corner.
section where Brad spun.
Right there.
Dip.
And this is going to be another big passing zone, heavy braking when we get there.
Joey,
And
have
we're
you
back
ever
onto the
raced on
straightaway.
a track this long, this many corners, and you know that's going to be this technical?
No, this is going to be it. And you know, what you're saying earlier about it being a mix of Watkins Glen, there's some Sonoma type feel in here. And they've literally taken everything and put it into this one track, for sure. I'm going to need a lot of brakes.
Well, Joey, thanks for the lap. We appreciate that. Here's 8th place, Denny Hamlin, Michael McDowell having an issue. Around he goes. Uh-oh. James Davison leading Anthony Alfredo. Remember that shot of Chris Buescher in practice? When that happened, we think he may have just left the sim, but it happened to be at full throttle at the time.
This
Reminded
was
us of
not
this.
in iRacing.
No, this was Watkins Glen. Busch
Jimmy
race.
Johnson.
Incredibly hard hit in the Herzog car, I believe, but a happy ending with those foam barriers. Jimmy climbed on the car, gave a Superman-style salute,
yeah.
walked away.
That's when you salute and jump up and down because you survived what you know was one of the most spectacular wrecks you've ever been a part of.
And then went on to become a 7-time Cup champion.
Guys, I want to give a shout out to Cole Cashin, man. This kid wrecked real bad last night at Millbridge Speedway. He's in the hospital, broke his leg really bad, and thinking about that little kid. No, he's in a lot of pain, and no, he'll be back. I want to wish him a speedy recovery. Bad wreck.
Thank you for doing that, Clint.
Yep, well wishes to him, certainly. So Michael McDowell, after that dust up with Denny Hamlin, finds himself back in a battle with Josh Bilicki, who pitted for newer tires. And Lisp for 18th. Austin Dillon, Matt DiBenedetto, with Justin Haley ahead.
One thing we've not been short of is battles all over this racetrack. They're spread out, and our leader Davidson is doing an amazing job. We've seen that lead get chopped into a few seconds, and then Byron maybe closing up on Alfredo. But back throughout the field, there's been, just like this one here with Benedetto and Austin Dillon, some great battles.
Look at that. There's plenty of room to pass here. It's a question of catching somebody making a mistake or getting yourself a really good run.
Well, yeah, and you can see when that's such a long corner. So if you can get the inside line, then you're going to complete that pass, because once you get shoved wide, it's really hard to maintain the same speed on such a flat corner.
19's a great passing point. Up the hill, and you don't see it so much from this angle, but you get to the top here when you complete your braking, and it just right there, the track flattens out, and all of a sudden it's, where did the grip go? Clint, how you doing? You want to take us for a lap?
Nope.
Hey,
well, you're on the clock, so
listen, your lap times have improved a lot. I just saw you running 138, so you
4 fresh feel goods, buddy. That's what it's all about.
Clint, I remember
when I finally found pit road. Oh, there's that 15. I better let him go this time.
I remember a phrase you used.
Hey, he was so afraid to wreck the leader this time. He wrecked himself.
I'm actually beating Newman. I got to.
In the same place, turn 19.
Oh, is that the one you was telling me it's racy?
Now here comes second place Alfredo too. So
I won't.
Yeah, he's got the whole straightaway to pass you though.
Yeah, Clint, you said it last year. I think your give a damn's busted.
Oh, that's way broke.
I think you're too close to that steering wheel, man. What's up with that?
Well, that
you're all over that thing.
One that he was my test pilot. He was setting this baby up. Apparently, he's shorter than Kyle Larson, Jim Gordon.
I was gonna say, man, I was on that thing. It was too close for me.
Felt pretty good to you?
All right, here's the leader coming around.
He
right
by
there.
the way, Clinton, he ran real wide when he went around you this time.
Whoa, man.
Tell you what, Alfredo, I know we're running out of laps here, but he is putting down some good laps. If Davison gets caught up in some traffic or runs into Clint Boyer again, or gets run into, this thing could be a race.
Best news I've heard all night right there, Larry.
Well,
we're
here's
almost out of laps.
Yeah, right, 10 to go. So Sunday, the Cup Series, NASCAR Cup Series makes its long-awaited debut at Circuit of the Americas road course. NASCAR race day starting at 1 p.m. Eastern and the green flag at 2:30, and it will all be on FS1 and the Fox Sports app Sunday. Best season ever continues. And I disagree with the widely circulated newspaper story today that said, well, okay, we've had all the fun. Now we're getting down to the season and down to the, the nitty gritty. And no. We got a lot more surprises to come. And this Sunday will be one of them.
Well, and the schedule, to me, Mike, has played a big role in that. If you look at, we left Daytona. Of course, we always know about surprises on super speedways, and Michael McDowell gets the win there for the Daytona 500. Then we go to the road course, which is something that we're not used to doing. And then we're on a dirt track. You know, we're at Homestead earlier in the season instead of the end of the season. Now we're going to another road course, of one that we've never been to. So to me, the schedule, you know, is not predictable, and neither has the results of our races been this year.
No, and we've still got three, the big three from last year, who have not won, including our champion, Chase Elliott, Kevin Harvick, and Denny Hamlin.
And yeah, and we just heard yet, because this weekend, I gotta believe, is an opportunity for Chase Elliott. We've seen how strong he has been on road courses. He was one of the drivers that did the tire test at COTA, along with Brad Keselowski and Martin Truex Jr. So I think all those guys are going to be strong. But boy, you give Chase Elliott, put him on a road course and get him a tire test. I think that, and see how strong Hendrick Motorsports is right now. He could be very, very tough. But you know what I'm so excited about? We get to qualify.
That's right.
That's going to be
Sunday
cool.
morning.
Sunday morning
for you.
And maybe even a slight chance of some
could be wet. 9 laps to go. Michael McDowell in 8th, Josh Bilicki in 9th. They're all chasing James Davison in the upper left corner. He's your race leader by 11 seconds over Anthony Alfredo. James Davis, oh, Clint has spun again. James Davison out front at Circuit of the Americas. Anthony Alfredo second. Bringing it down under 10 seconds is the lead with 6 to go, or right at 10 seconds now. Then William Byron, Tyler Reddick, Chris Buescher, Denny Hamlin, Timmy Hill, Michael McDowell, Josh Bilicki. That's been a good battle as well. Ross Chastain and Kyle Busch.
Denny Hamlin's been really solid, putting some good lap times together. Don't think, you know, he didn't get the best start, but boy, he's been making up for it since then. And he's had, you know, a few altercations with some drivers that have probably even cost him a little bit of time since then.
Joey, I think if we had about 20 more laps, this strategy may work a little better than it's working.
Well, we're a little bit off then, aren't we?
But now the lap times are good. I think it's just going to be too little too late. You're faster than probably the, you know, 7, 8, 9, 10 drivers in front of you right now, but I don't know if we're going to have enough laps.
Look what just happened to Daniel Suarez right there. He was coming off the inside of turn 20, so he didn't get a good drive off and couldn't make that pass coming all the way up the hill.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be an opportunity for him to maybe take these guys 3 wide. Looks like he's closed in on them, but yeah, he spun the tires up off the corner. Always looking at, I love looking at
Austin Dillon.
Love looking at all these different setups that these guys have. Some of them with these elaborate rigs, and then guys like Garrett Smithley not just has the steering wheel that it looks to me like it's one of those that's clamped to the table, but this microphone that he has.
A podcast going on.
Yeah, we always joke that he's got a podcast going on while he's racing.
Might be.
And he's got the light up headphones too.
Oh, cool.
Cool fact.
I got to get me a set of those.
There's Sunday's winner.
Say that.
Poor Miles the Monster. He only gets fed once a year now instead of twice. They're at Dover International Speedway. So Alex is 25th right now. He's about a second behind Bubba Wallace and about a second ahead of Corey LaJoie. I wouldn't call that being in the rocking chair, would you?
No, not at all. Yeah, big weekend for Alex Bowman.
I'm sorry, he's gotten past Bubba there. Yep. Sets off after Quinn Houff. Now Kyle Tilley, he's going to be one to watch. He's the IMSA LMP2 champion.
Ringer.
Whoa. Yep. Road course ringer. He's
been a while since we've had one of them.
That's right. Going to be driving for BJ McLeod in the 78 at COTA.
Is this a 24-hour race?
Well, I want to say there's 6 to go, Clint, and not long, but those are some long laps at the same time. There's Quinn Houff.
I think there's 7 to go on my screen.
You know, Mike, I remember early in my Cup career when there were guys that would come and race the Cup Series. Tommy Kendall, Ron Fellows, Max Pappas, some of these guys,
Boris
Scott Pruitt,
Yep.
Boris Said, and And it was always interesting to watch them attack the racetrack and how that a lot of times those guys were heel towing back then, you know, not as much just left foot breakers on the road courses. And it was always a lot of fun to see them. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens this weekend with a couple of ringers. And then how about Jesse? Man, he's always got the coolest setup. Got the virtual goggles on.
That is cool. Very cool.
Now, see, here's the difference. Actually, when these guys are in the rig, like Clint is, and when Joey, you don't see them looking left and right. But because he has those virtual goggles, he actually turns his head and has a much different visual.
Yeah, I tell you, that 15 car we were talking about looks like one of those fighter jets going by me. Just like Jesse. That's what they look like.
Clint has a set of goggles similar to that, but he calls his beer goggles.
Oh boy,
they probably work better than. Watch. Go ahead, Brett. Go.
Now you see, James has the triple screen there, so he has the peripheral screens as well as that central screen, and he is 11 seconds ahead of Anthony Alfredo right now, with about 4 laps to go. 4 to go in the virtual circuit of the Americas. Good battle has raged on here the whole second half of this race between Daniel Suarez, who has come from 36th on the grid to 15th. He's the biggest mover.
That's
along with Christopher Bell, Chase Briscoe.
That's impressive. And some of these guys like Christopher Bell, they've had some incidences that had put them way behind that they've played catch up as well. Made up a lot of time, a lot of positions since then.
While we were away, Joey got a black flag for mandatory repair.
Yeah. Oh, my buddy LaJoy got me pretty good.
Oh boy.
And I hate to say it's on purpose, but I know it was on purpose, and I think he thought it was funny. Failed to find the humor in this one, guys, I'm telling you.
Understood.
So here I am getting my tires.
So Clint 34th and Joey 27th right now.
Now, nothing that happens in iRacing carries over to Sunday, right? Right, Joey? I mean, you guys just put all this behind you.
Might have been his only opportunity.
I didn't think I owed one. I thought it was okay there. I don't know. I
think he's just enjoying racing with Joey Logano.
Yeah, I think that's what, ever since we've been kids racing at the go-kart track, that's, I think, is what it's been.
Here's Chris Buescher having a great drive. He's top 5 right now. He is just about a second. That's Tyler Reddick, 4th place car just ahead of him.
He has been stalking Tyler Reddick, trying to force Tyler Reddick into a mistake and try to get this position to get to 4th. But
well, he's also got to be defensive, Jeff, because Denny Hamlin's in his mirror.
Yeah, Denny's been another one of those guys that has really been putting some great laps together. Oh, look at Joey coming into the mix here.
Fresh
now
tires.
there's a heck of a battle going on. Go up there and mess with Reddick. Let's keep this thing interesting.
You want to keep it close?
Yeah.
All right.
Don't wreck him. Don't wreck him. Just
hold them up a little.
Yeah.
Bit. Yeah. All right. What else I got to do?
Yeah, right. Clint, how's it going?
I have no clue.
Never seen Clint this quiet.
I don't know where I'm at. 87 car just passed me.
Well, I hope you're learning some things. I hope you're learning some things for our broadcast on Sunday.
Well, that's the hardest part. Is the race is so far ahead of me. I don't even know where the places to pass are because.
Hey, there's a flat spot, Joey.
Yeah, well, I had a black flag and I had to wait for the time to go away.
Oh,
so
you shortcutted a corner.
I misjudged it. Yeah.
No.
Yes, I did that.
Clint, go up there and get that 87. You two are racing for position.
Man, this is not much fun.
Clint, I'm going to make you feel better.
One to
only
go.
2 laps to go.
Oh, 2 to go.
Well, it's wrecked again. I don't even know. Man, I was just wanting to beat Newman.
Well, you're still ahead of him, aren't you?
I think he made.
No, I think you're still ahead of him.
Yeah, you're still ahead of Newman.
See, Christopher Bell was able to get by Suarez.
That'll put him up to 15th. Ross Chastain also having a good run from 30th to 10th.
Well, we heard
Plus
from Joey.
20.
Yeah, earlier he was saying, hey, Ross Chastain just went by me. He's flying. And
Yep.
you weren't kidding.
Yeah, remember, Ross started shotgun on the field, so this has been a good drive for Ross Chastain. And Clint, it's only a 2-minute interval. I think you can maintain that for a lap and a half on Newman.
Man, I just smoked my tires. I don't know.
There's nothing.
Radiator's dragging
nothing
beside
going
my
wrong
car, too.
right for Clint tonight.
Nope.
Listen, I got to tell you, to give both of you guys credit, I jumped in that rig, was making laps, and Larry, you were doing a segment, I think, on the hub, and I heard you, and I had the headset on so I could hear the engine noise, and you're talking in one ear, not to me, just talking and doing your segment, and I could not concentrate. I could not hit any braking zones or any apexes, so it is incredibly difficult to do this course, but
Yep.
even more so when you're hearing somebody in your ear.
Absolutely. Clear behind you, Clint. All clear.
Other than the voices that you're used to hearing, Clint.
There's Suarez. He is fast.
All right, leader should be coming to the white flag. James Davison has led every lap except when he made his pit stop and except when Clint dumped him.
That was a group effort.
Yeah, yeah, we all participated. Everybody but Joey had a hand in
Thanks
that
for
one.
trying to keep it interesting, at least.
I mean, Larry wanted him to pit. I told him to pit. Jeff told him when to turn, and there was the leader. Not our finest moment, boys.
Nothing,
Whoops.
That's what you call looking out the windshield, Mike,
Yeah.
and not looking behind
nothing like
you.
teamwork, though. We all wrecked together.
That's right. Sixth place battle here, and it's a good one. Denny Hamlin, Timmy Hill.
Timmy sliding the back end around, trying to get there.
Well, two of NASCAR's best at iRacing.
Whoa, look at.
No,
Man,
that's
listen,
bonus pavement.
where-
That's
hey.
that bonus pavement, Jeff.
I was going to say, where are the track limits? I don't think you're going to be able to do that on Sunday. I think that's where they have those big turtles out there.
I didn't see that on
No,
the turtle
not on the
list.
outside.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah,
to
I
see
think
what
it's
they do.
turn 3, 4, and 5, kind of
Yeah.
the beginning of the S's.
That area out there is kind of like a 4A at Sonoma. You want to go
Okay.
out wide, you go out wide.
Got it.
Yep.
Well,
Timmy
let's
Hill
hope-
tries to make the pass. Nope.
Let's hope that creates plenty of action out there. Boy, it really closes up to those S's. Anthony Davidson going to the inside of Martin Truex Jr. coming down to the final corner.
There's Joey's boy, Corey LaJoy, at 7.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, that's not the
them
final.
back.
That's this is actually, I think, coming. What's this? To 16 maybe. Yeah, so they'll have this sharp left-hander, then they'll get to 16. So not quite that final corner. If I'm James, I'm going to be extra careful right here. I don't even know if I'd be racing these guys.
He's got
got
an
gas here.
18-second lead over Anthony Alfredo.
Not sure he's going to go up and challenge Corey there to put him a lap down because he's under no pressure.
Here's that last corner.
Yep.
Turn 20. Oh, he's gonna
going.
He's gonna die. Listen, that was the same move he made on Boyer. It didn't work out so well. That was brave.
Well, Corey didn't have a signal on.
I had my hazards on.
Oh, and Corey LaJoy wrecks.
What happened?
TV
Corey
time.
LaJoy goes around. It's,
Oh,
my
Bubba tried to
goodness.
run backwards.
And that was your thrilling finish right there. Whatever happened? All right, Anthony Alfredo, second at the line.
Uh-oh.
And Denny Hamlin
Is
is
that
off
Timmy
course.
Hill sending Denny Hamlin off the track? Or Denny made a mistake, one of the two.
I'd go for the former. See if we'll,
So
see
last
if we'll get a
lap.
replay of that.
They got a heck of a race going on down here. There was, well, Bell just spun. I just cut the track.
So if Christopher Bell spun on the last lap, that may take him out of the top 10.
Where's Denny going? He just came to pit road.
Tyler Reddick's doing victory donuts in the front straightaway.
And I'm still racing.
Yeah, there's, oh yeah. Here comes Chase Briscoe and Garrett Smithley racing for 17th to the checker as James Davison scores a big virtual win here in Austin, Texas. Welcome. There's our virtual crowd at the virtual Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas, where we will be this weekend with all three of NASCAR's national divisions, Trucks, Xfinity, and NASCAR Cup. Now, last lap. Denny Hamlin, Timmy Hill racing hard for 6th place.
Yeah, gave him a little bit of help there. Oh, and a lot of help there.
You can't do it twice. Bumped him and then finished him.
Well, they have a little eye history, those two, don't they?
Eye history. That was good, Mike.
Man, I tell you what.
So, but for the pit stop, James Davison had this thing wired. And James, first, we'll all apologize for Clint Boyer making just a very late entry onto pit road right in your path as you were trying to lap him. But other than that, how was your race?
Yeah, it took a lot of concentration just to keep the car straight. You know, you couldn't get full throttle out of or in first gear at all. And just had to really look after the rear tires, which is, something that we get practice with in the real thing. I would say it was even less grip, so you had to really focus on not overdriving it. But this is my wheelhouse. This is, road course racing. I sat on the pole here in IMSA and GT a handful of years ago, so I kind of expected to be competitive. Didn't know where I'd end up, but just gave it my best shot, and thankfully it was enough. So thanks so much to Rick Ware Racing and Skip Barber for jumping on board with us this weekend. We'll be running the same car on Sunday.
All right, James. So now you win the iRacing event. You say you've had past experience, so you're going to have a bit of an advantage going into this racetrack. I'm pretty sure you've probably never said that before going into any NASCAR race. What are your chances? How do you feel about what you can do as a experienced road racer this weekend with that team?
I'd like to think with some attrition we can get a top 20. We were close to it at the Daytona Road Course. We finished 23rd. And, given our underfunded situation, that's a great result for us. So we need to be realistic. We were nearly 4 seconds off the best lap of the race by Chase Elliott at Daytona, given our situation. And, I hope there's going to be rain, because that would really play into my hands and my experience. So, I want to aim high and try and get a top 20 here. I'd love to say, I try and get a top 10 or a top 5, but I just don't think it's really realistic given our underfunded situation.
Well, congratulations on your win tonight. iRacing will make a $5,000 donation to a charity of your choice. Well done, and we'll look forward to this weekend. Now, how about our two in-studio iRacers? Both Joey and Clint had an eventful race. We'll get to them in a second as we look at the results. Davis and Alfredo, Byron, Reddick, and Buscher, the top 5. Timmy Hill held on for 6th. Hamlin recovered for 7th. Balicki, Chastain, all the way from 30th.
Yeah, all the way at the back,
McDowell,
because he had
10.
that qualifying lap taken away from him.
Look back through the field. Interesting to see how things sort out when everybody's in identical and equal equipment.
Yeah, those laps and experiences pay off. How about it, Joey Logano, 27th?
Yeah, it's not good. Here's what I found out. There's a disadvantage of racing the car here at Fox while people know you're on TV. I got a text message from Corey LaJoie saying, I needed some TV time, so I hooked you. Are you kidding me? So that's... There's a little bit of a disadvantage now. I know that I have a little bit of a target on the back when I am racing on TV with you guys here at Fox.
Well, this is all about having fun and all about TV time. So,
yep, well, apparently.
So, Clint,
it was just at your expense, Joey.
So, Clint, how was this new miserable experience?
I tell you what, I'm really glad that I did it, because this racetrack is super technical. I cannot wait to watch these guys on Saturday and Sunday take on this racetrack. Very, very technical. And different places of the racetrack. I just always naturally, from the booth now, look at those passing opportunities. But honestly, through the S's, it entices you to overdrive that back half of the track. I think you're going to see a lot of mistakes in some uncharacteristic parts of this racetrack, and that's what I'm looking forward to seeing.
I think you're right. We'll look forward to it. Larry Mack, our crew chief, how'd we do tonight?
No, we did good, Mike, and I'm excited about this race on Sunday. I think strategy is going to be absolutely all over the place. These guys are going to want fresh tires after about 3 laps, but you're not going to be able to give them to them. And really impressed, though, with Tyler Reddick and Chris Buescher. And Boyer, you beat Newman. It's all about beating Newman.
All right, that's it for iRacing. Thanks for watching. Our next iRace, June 2nd, from the really virtual Chicago Lakefront Circuit. And tune in for racing at COTA all weekend long, trucks, Xfinity, and Cup from Circuit of the Americas. For real.